so I'm gonna pipe 12 cream puffs on the baking pan. They're gonna go into the oven at 375. So, and then I'm going to pipe the rest into the oil. I'm just going to do a quick check of my oil. I don't use a thermometer. Again, this is like the weirdo in me. I'm like, it feels hot enough. I'm gonna turn up just a little bit because I wanna make sure I'm getting some nice golden color. Okay, so a little trick is I put my piping bag in a measuring cup. These are 12-inch Wilton disposable. If you can get bigger ones, I just find that you have to fill these up just a little too often for my liking. But we bought 10,000 of them, so we're just gonna use them. Okay. Beautiful, that was perfect. Okay, squeeze it down. And I'm just going to pipe. Oh, perfect, just kidding. Why are they so?
That's normal.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you know like the wet finger trick?
Oh, if I take a wet finger, I can press them down? Yeah. Like Grandma Stelmastruck says?
Yeah.
Press down those little nubbies?
Yeah.
Covered in choux pastry. What my nightmares are made of. Can we talk about how cleanly I've done this?
Honestly, anytime you're putting anything in a piping bag, is it ever that clean?
Well, that's why that's why I kind of want the big ones. Maybe maybe that'll be my online purchase today.
I think you're also probably the only food teacher that uses the small ones. Every other one uses the big ones.
Where do I get them from? Amazon?
I don't know.
Wilton?
Maybe.
Okay, now I've got air in the bag. Okay. The only one who uses the small bags. Okay, wet finger. I'm just gonna press. Like, do I just press them? Like that? Do we even care that much?
No.
Just the ones that are sticky uppy?
Yeah, the ones that are super tippy.
Okay.
As you can see, they look a little softer now.
Okay, these are gonna go into the oven for, what, half an hour? Hi everyone, welcome back. We're gonna fill our cream puffs. So they came out of the oven looking like this, and they look really, really good. I'm shocked, to be honest with you. So their shapes aren't perfect, but if you can see in this one, you can see that on the inside, it is hollow. So that is absolutely perfect, and that's what we're looking for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get the whipping cream whipping into whipped cream. While it's whipping, I'm gonna put little holes in the bottom of the cream puffs, and I'm gonna show you how to fill them. So I'm gonna use 33% milk fat whipping cream. You can buy like the aerosol canisters, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't use that for...
Why?
It's not as good.
It's not as good, right? Like,
and it would be difficult to try to get the tip of the aerosol container into your cream puff.
It's a bit big.
You want a small hole in the cream puff.
Okay, so I'm gonna start whipping the cream. Colder is better, so it's kind of funny that when you whip egg whites, you want the egg whites at room temperature. Cream you want cold. I remember learning in foods that refrigerate the bowl. I'm not going that far, but I just took the cream out of the fridge. I am gonna add about a teaspoon of vanilla to it, and I'm gonna add the sugar in a minute. So I have a little paring knife, and all I'm gonna do is make a little hole in the bottom, enough to stick the tip of the piping bag into. Okay, I'm gonna come back to my whipped cream. Turn up the speed a little bit. If you have a shield for your KitchenAid mixer, that's a good time to use it. If you don't have a KitchenAid mixer and you just have a hand mixer, which we call Mixie Mattels, thank you, Doug Bondaroo, you can use that. And my aunt taught me that if you do it in like a smaller, like liquid measuring cup, it whips up really quickly because you're decreasing the amount of space that it needs to whip. And sometimes at home, that's what I'll do instead of using the mixer. So let's talk sugar for the whipping cream. Because the cream or the choux pastry doesn't really have a lot of sugar, it just had 1 teaspoon in then all of these and all of the churros, we've probably made about 18 churros. You're gonna wanna add a little bit more sugar to the whipped cream than you would, let's say if you're adding like whipped cream to an apple pie or a piece of cake or something that's already really sweet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start with about a quarter cup of powdered sugar right here, and I'm going to just slowly add it, and I'm gonna go by taste. I'm just gonna grab a spoon. So if it's too, well, I'm not gonna make it too sweet because I'm gonna go slowly, but if it's not sweet enough, then I can add a little bit more sugar. If you were doing like a chocolate glaze or something on top of your cream puffs, then you probably want to tone down the sweetness of the whipped cream a little bit. Okay, I'm going to start adding the powdered sugar. I'm going to go for it. I'm going for it. So one of my tricks when I'm doing egg whites or whipped cream, there's soft peaks, stiff peaks when we're talking egg whites, which we can talk about in another video, but I do the slide test. So what I like to do is I like to almost take the bowl off and make sure it doesn't slide around. And I can see that that's sliding quite a bit. And so I know that that's not going to hold its shape enough in the cream puffs. So I'm gonna give it a few more seconds on the mixer. If I overmix it, Ms. N, what do I get? Butter! So this is how butter traditionally...
Have you overmixed whipped cream to the point of butter?
I never have.
I've never done that.
I think you need more fat in it, to be honest with you. Woo! Look at my trick isn't working. Okay, so this is looking quite a bit better. Just, what was that, 20 seconds? Not even. Oh my God, divert your eyes, everyone. I've wrecked it. Oh my. What's happening?
Okay, class, make sure you take off the whisk before you start fiddling around with your bowl.
There we go, perfect. Okay, now it's not really sliding. It still has a little bit of slide to it, but I'm scared that if I...
I've never seen anyone scared to overmix whipped cream.
Really?
Really. I seriously just let it go. I like my whipped cream.
Oh, you know what I didn't do?
Quite thick.
I didn't put the bowl down. Yeah. I've been teaching for 15 years. I came in second in Skills Canada, and this is who you have in charge here. Welcome. I can't believe you've never been scared to overmix it. Okay. Put the bowl down.
Okay. And then take the whisk.
Then you're gonna really have success. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give it a taste to make sure it's sweet enough. Yummy. Okay. There's something so nice about simple ingredients, right? Like whipping cream, sugar, a little bit of vanilla. Okay, so I have my tip. If I were a better teacher, I'd have like the medium-sized round tips. I don't remember what number they are in Wilton, but this is like the closest I have in between like a tiny writing tip and then like the big boys. So I'm gonna use this tip, and I have to make sure that like I'll be able to kind of shove it in one of these little holes. Okay? Okay. So I've got my little cup that I keep my bag in. And you don't want to manhandle this one too much because you don't want your hot hands all over that whipped cream for too long. And then these are going to obviously have to go in the fridge or the freezer once you have filled them, so they can keep. Freezer, they'll stay for, you know, quite a while. Fridge, probably only a few days. Okay, and then all you're going to do this is why I was nervous about this. Make a bigger hole, pop that in there. You're just going to fill it
Till you have resistance.
till you have resistance. You see it popping, like poofing out there? My holes needed to be bigger. And you see how it's filling the sides there? Let's do this.
Close up on this one.
Yeah, this one will be good. There. Okay. That is it, friends. You wanted to learn how to make cream puffs. This is it. So,
okay, keep in mind, students, this took us probably like 5 hours, 4 hours. It's a process. You have to be patient. You have to wait for the cream puffs to completely cool before you fill or you put chocolate on them, which is the number uno mistake students do.
yeah.
Is they think they can do it in a day.
Well, but the other thing is, or in a class, right? So the beauty of actually doing this at home versus in class with us, I know that you don't get to see us and that's very sad, but it gives you and it's the same thing with bread making, it gives you the time at home to do the process properly. Whereas oftentimes in foods class, because we're restricted to 73 minutes or however long it is, we're restricted to that time that we need to get things done in those 73 minutes. So I have done cream puffs from start to finish in foods class, and if you've been in that class, you know that the whipping cream is leaking out. It's not a perfect situation because we just don't have the time. So do this at home. If you Google any choux pastry recipe, they're going to be all roughly the same. It's the milk, water, butter, cook, add the flour, beat in the eggs. But if you have an opportunity to use a mixer at home, please do. That really improves the quality of your choux pastry after you add the eggs and once you get it in the oven. So just Google any choux pastry recipe. Anything that you find will be great. This was a pretty big one. We used 6 eggs today. If you find one that's 2 or 3 eggs, that's gonna give you about a dozen cream puffs.
And keep in mind, we split our recipe to also make churros.
Correct. So we made 2 things today. So look for that 2-3 egg mark. If you want this recipe, just send me an email. And if you make it, put a picture in the comments. Let me know how you did, and we'll see you next time. Slam that subscribe button. Was that what it is?
Smash.
I'm almost 40. Smash that subscribe button and enjoy your week. Bye, everyone.